This is Ocean Radio. This is Ocean Radio.
Welcome to a new edition of Ocean Radio. I'm Anja Middaus, sending from Berlin, bringing you ocean news from all over the world. Ocean Radio is about dreams today. Dreams are like oceans. They flow. They have high and low tides. Sometimes you can get caught up in them very deep. Sometimes they are just shallow on the surface of your life. Sometimes you want to make those dreams reality. Sometimes you don't. One of those dreams for many people is to get out of your daily life and routines. Haven't we all had this dream at some point? To leave everything behind and just take off. No time schedules, no dates, no appointments, no rat race. The dream of pure freedom to do whatever you want, whenever you want. Floating in the ocean of life. For many of us, this is and will just be a dream. But there is people who are actually chasing that dream, with all its fears, dangers, adventures, gorgeous as well as scary moments. One of them is Nike Steiger from the north of Germany. She's 33 years old, and she decided to quit her marketing job last year, saved up money to buy a sailboat in Panama, and she just took off. For almost a year, she was out on the water by herself, on her not always functioning new boat, Carl. Every week she did a logbook YouTube video about her adventures. After a little break to see her family, Nike just took off to the second part of her journey, back to Panama, to start sailing again. We're happy to have her here now, on the phone with Ocean Radio. Hi, Nike.
Hello, Anja.
You just got back to Panama. Back to your sailboat, Carl. What does a day look like on your boat right now?
You wake up and then you decide where you want to go, if you want to go to the island in the east or the island in the west. and you just look, what's the weather like. And if you're lucky on the way, you catch a fish, so you can have like a nice fish on the menu for the night.
That's what you can do. You can catch fish.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And then you kill it and then you eat it.
That's how it works, yeah. Exactly. Well, I haven't learned to spearfish yet. I usually just fish with a line behind the boat. But that works pretty well.
The old man in the sea, the young girl in the sea.
No, but it's awesome because, you have the feeling that you're closer to your food in a way, I think, if you catch it yourself.
Can you give us a brief look back to how everything started, why you started this trip?
I've had this dream since I was a teenager, I'd say. I've always loved the ocean, and I don't know, it has this big fascination for me, like the space that opens up when you arrive at the sea and this calmness. I don't know, I think that's where the dream started, and I had this idea of living on the ocean, with the ocean, on my own sailboat, and since then it was a dream of mine. One thing I dreamt about was being able to sail my boat by myself, like this perfect moment. You sail at night with a nice breeze, you just have the stars above you, you just have the waves like going past your boat. And, in that moment, feeling in sync with my boat and the ocean, and like just this special moment, I really want to experience that. Like if I'm capable of finding this moment, of finding the tranquility in this moment and feeling safe on my boat.
What do you think you were missing in normal life?
Went the normal way. I went studying. I started to work, but this dream had always still been there. And one day, I just decided I was gonna make it real. So we only have one life, and I had the feeling that this could really make me happy.
What did your parents say when you said, "Listen, I'm going to quit my job and I'm just going to go to Panama and I think I'm going to sail now for the rest of my life"?
Well, I can't really say that they're like jumping for joy. My mother was quite scared, I guess, when I told her about this idea. I tried to explain to them that this was important for me and that I really thought it was going to make me happy. And I think they understood, and they said, well, if you have to do it, you have to do it. And for them, it was important like that I was taking care of some safety issues.
So you decided to go to Panama by a boat, all by yourself. Haven't you been afraid? What were your feelings? I mean, the one thing is you have this dream and you get excited about making it happen. On the other side, there's always things that are holding us back from fulfilling our dreams. What was yours?
Well, I think mostly what was holding me back was having to tell my parents, like lots of people always say, okay, if you're going to go and do this, like how are you going to go back? Like what about work? You know, what about your career, or do you think you can find a job when you come back? But I think that was like mainly fears of other people rather than my own fear, and that's also the reason why I decided to do it.
You didn't get as far as planned because there was a lot that wasn't that great on the boat, as good as you thought. You had to repair, I think, for almost the first year to just get the boat started. And then you started sailing around Panama. How did people react meeting you all alone, a girl, on that boat?
Well, I think they were surprised a little bit. Mm-hmm. Because I was doing a lot of that work by myself, and I always try to repair lots of things by myself. You meet more men on boats or couples rather than a girl or woman on a boat, I think. And
did you ever get into any circumstances where you really were in danger, or you felt in danger and you needed strength and you thought, I'm not strong enough, like big winds or something like that?
I haven't been sailing that much yet with my boat, and I have been lucky that I haven't had like too much bad wind or weather yet.
Well, with dreams, sometimes it's tricky. You have a dream that is so far from your reality and you really want to do it, and then you start doing it and it is so exciting. But when you do it for a while, then that turns into normal, of course. And how is that for you? Is being a sailboat nomad what you are right now, and is that what you want to do for the rest of your life?
I don't think I want to do it for the rest of my life. I would like to give myself the time to do it as long as I want to do it. And I don't think I have reached the state where I could say it's become like, you know, like something very normal for me, or because it was just such a short time of really living and sailing on the boat. Maybe you have to ask me that question in a year again, and then I can tell you more.
From what you experienced so far with finding a dream, being alone on a sailboat, what was good about it and what did you hate about it?
Well, what was good about taking this way to live is that I have lots of time. I have the feeling that I don't feel rushed anymore, like the way I did feel before when I was still back home. And that feels really good, like to have time to discover all the things and to go with your own pace and to decide every day what you want to do, and that's a big luxury. And then obviously, like the destinations you get to visit. What I didn't like, there are not so many moments like that. I think it was. I do have to admit that refitting for this very long time did get tiring in the end. Like I had this one issue where I took out the boat and I found some holes in the hull, and that was a moment where I thought for like maybe half a day that this journey was going to be over. And in the end, I decided to keep on going, and that was good. But that was a time where I was really down and I was really sad, and that was also a moment where it was very sad being by myself, you know, like far away from family and friends, and that was, I think, one of the only moments that I felt really bad.
But isn't it lonely sometimes? You can't have conversations.
Oh, but there's people around. You always meet people. Usually you meet people at anchor. There's other boats, like other sailors. You know, there's bonfires on the beach, and there's always something to do, and usually there's always people that you meet.
What happens after being on a sailboat?
That's a very good question, but I really can't answer that to you because I don't have a clue. Like, I don't even know how long this is going to take, and I don't really know what's going to happen afterwards, to be honest. Well, I guess one day when either money runs out or it doesn't feel right anymore, then I have to figure something out. Mm-hmm. Yeah, right now the ocean is going to be my home for a little bit longer, and then we're going to see what's going to happen.
Very brave you are. Good luck, Nike Steiger. We will hear from you again here on Ocean Radio for sure. Nike is doing a documentary about her trip, and you can see all of that on www.whitespotpirates.com, also on her Facebook site. And you can support her on Patreon. Thank you so much, Nike Steiger. We're looking forward to hear from you again.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
You are listening to Ocean Radio. If you like what you hear and want to hear us more often, we need your support. Ocean Radio is produced only by passionate radio people who work for free. To make this program happen, make it better, longer, and turn it into a real online radio, we need your support. Subscribe to OceanAmp.org, like our social media sites, and spread the word. And if you really care, donate some bucks. Thanks for the ocean love. OceanAmp.org.
This is Ocean Radio. This is Ocean Radio.